be able to tell in your stuff better. So there's the medulla. It's the vital information where there's heart rate, breathing, vomiting, things like that. When we go up, then it's the pons, and
Is there going to be
there's axons
questions
crossing
that are-
over
like, if we
right
answer
on the
everything
right
that's on
side
the cross
controls the
card,
left side, and the left side controls the right side of our
Okay, so
functioning
if I
body.
answer
So my
everything on
my
cross
right
card,
hand is
then
controlled by the left
label
pawn.
everything.
My left hand is controlled by the right pawn, or at least that's where the axons cross over.
All that's on the top.
If you go just to the side of that, that's the tegmental nerve. It's cranial nerve number 5, and that's where the feelings on your on your face are. It's right there. When we go up just a little bit, this whole region right here is called the cerebral peduncle. It has sensory fibers bringing in motor and sensory information. This means that there's axons that run carrying sensory and motor information to and from the cortex. So this is like the train station of the brain, and it's just diverting, information wherever it needs to go in the cerebral part of the brain. In the middle of that structure is the ocular nerve known as cranial nerve number 3, and it moves the eyes. You got that? Not that one. It's still down here.
Oh, what did we do?
Oh no, you're totally right. It just looks different on a paper. Okay. Then the mammillary bodies. Okay. The mammillary bodies are in control of the episonic memory. So like the first time that you ever went on a roller coaster and you remember that episode, that's that memory. If we go just a little bit above, then it's the infundibulum, which connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. Again, a little bit up is this X structure. The bottom of one side of both sides of the X's are the optic nerve, in charge of 1/2 of the visual field. If we go to the intersection of the X, it's the optic chiasm. This is where 1/2 of the fibers cross over. So both of the your left side of your vision is controlled by one side of the X, and your right side is controlled by the other. So your eyeball is divided in half, and then stuff. The top of the X is the optic nerve. This is cranial nerve number 2. So we'll go up now to the olfactory bulb at the top of the brain, or the front of the brain, and this is cranial nerve number 1. This is smell information, where smell stimuli is messed around with. Okay, now if we go to the side of the brain, this was the whole middle structures from the back to the front, and now we're going to the sides. And the first one that we're going to look at is the rhinal fissure. You see that? The rhinal fissure. Okay. Just above that, more toward the front, is the lateral olfactory tract. It brings information from the lateral olfactory gyrus. It brings information to the olfactory gyrus. And then there is the olfactory gyrus, which is the olfactory gyrus. If we continue down, then there's the hippocampal gyrus, which is more toward the midline of the brain. It's the hippocampal gyrus. And I think that that's all of the stuff on the sheet. Yep. There might be another page.
So we're going to do the coronal sections where you cut. That's the one that you're going to miss.
If you guys want to go over this, we can. We don't have to, but if you want
So I'm
to.
gonna miss.
I mean, I think those were the hardest ones, so I think we're good.
Okay,
Because the other
cool.
stuff is mainly the low